What's going on, guys? Kaigi here, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about the updates coming to NA in the month of April. We got two huge updates including new guild events. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing is on the 5th of April, which is a Wednesday, which is kind of weird because we normally get updates on Thursday. We are getting the Katana update. I talked about this about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to rehash a couple things, but I'm going to skim through it because I already went over that about 2 weeks ago. Korea already got this about 3 weeks ago, and we'll be getting a quest to do the 3-star fairy transmog. Get that. Each summoner is getting one of their skills entirely reworked for the base elements. For example, Orbia's first ability is getting changed. Fire is going to do damage, inflict burn, and if they are above a certain burn level, they're going to be stunned. Water is going to target yourself around you and lower movement speed and knock back on the first hit, and then root, so put them in place on the second hit. This is going to be really nice for Naraka, as well as some PvP aspects, because the knockback and the root are both CCs. Wind is going to do damage at the target 3 times. Tornado, nearby enemies, inflict shock, and if they have a number of debuffs, additional damage that penetrates defense. So this is very notable because currently her wind first ability goes through beneficial effects. Now it's going to ignore defense instead, which is going to mean you can't one-shot Theomar's, other Orbias, other Cleefs, things like that, which is going to be an interesting change for her. Kina, her second ability is getting changed. For fire, continuous healing and stacking fire energy on herself. All of her abilities care about fire energy, and her basic attack applies fire energy. A big criticism has always been it's hard to get these stacks. So now her second ability is going to give you some stacks, making it a little bit easier to combo with Kina. Grants recovery and accelerate skill cooldown reduction to summon monsters. Water is 3 stacks water energy and movement speed and attack speed reduction to enemy target. As you see, it's actually a pretty decent range, so in things like Battlefield you're going to be able to control and slow people down. Heals allies and grants attack speed and hit chance with units with high attack speed. Remember, her first ability applies attack speed up. For wind, heals allies and stacks wind 3 times. All these stack 3 times. If the target is a summoner, the amount is increases the accuracy rate of allies centered on yourself, and grants immunities if they're above a certain HP percentage. This is huge because immunity is something that gets pick banned in arena very often. So Kina having an option that has immunity caked in on one of her abilities that also heals is very powerful. Cleef is probably going to start seeing more play now because his second ability is getting buffed. For fire, it inflicts burn in front of you, and if it's a creature, it does more crit damage, and if you have heal over time, which would be your third ability, you silence the enemies as well, and we can see the range of it right here. A little area in front of you. Second ability, water, is a very interesting one. Grants energy of water to self, reduces damage dealt from surrounding enemies. So when you hit them with this, it reduces their damage dealt, and freezes enemies with reduced attack power, which would be your first ability, with a certain chance. While possessing the energy of water, there's a certain chance of freezing enemies that you hit. So as you see, he puts a shield around him, and your basics are going to have a chance to freeze, as we see right there. Wind is probably the weirdest one, but definitely probably going to be the strongest. Inflicts damage to enemies in front of you and instantly increase your defense by the number of hits. So more targets, more defense. After that, additional damage is dealt, so it's a second hit with damage based on your defense, which is going to be very high. Remember, your third skill also increases your defense. If the target's a monster, the damage is increased. If your defense is above a certain level, a shield is applied to your allies, excluding yourself, and it excludes yourself because your first ability gives you a shield. Then we have the hard mode on Path of Adventure to let you get 6-star runes, as well as the new rune boss, which will have 2 new rune types. One that applies a shield to your monsters, and one that destroys HP. And with that, we'll have a new outfit for you to craft right here. Rune expansion and rune alchemy added. This will allow you to transfer add-ons from your runes to other runes, as well as throw 5-star runes in to make 6-star runes. Other improvements, these are some big ones right here. Expedition, a hard mode with 1 level will be added to Expedition, and the rewards will be increased accordingly. Special expeditions will go from 20 times a day to 7 times a week, greatly increasing rewards for each time. I really hope so, because the 7 times a week that Global has is worse than our current 20 times a day per win average. Through Special Expedition, you can acquire various rare materials such as 6-star runes and flame hearts. That is very nice that we'll get 6-star runes that way. Battlefield will be changed to seasonal. As the season progresses on a weekly basis, the rankings will be calculated according to the season. At the end of the season, depending on your rank, you'll get sky stones and crystals. This is going to be huge. Even if you score really low, you will get weekly sky stones. Also, special ranks will be granted to summoners who achieve the highest rank at the end of the season. Additionally, you can check the details of the opposing team. You can also check whether or not you are in a party. Galagos, you'll be able to change. There's some quality of life changes. You'll be able to change some of your stuff in game. Gathering, we're going so Lizard Man is still going to do his thing, but you're going to be able to do additional times per day depending on your summoner account level. Other changes, sky stones will be added to the support run for elite raids, so when you do once per day supports for Foggy Prison, things like that, you will get additional sky stones, trying to alleviate that bottleneck right there. So you can already change your summoner attribute weapon by clicking on your summoner, changing it. You'll be able to just click it right there from the monster screen. After completing Challenge Arena, you'll be able to choose your opponent immediately without having to load an extra map. So after you get that victory screen or defeat screen, you'll be able to choose right then and there. Then on the 19th, this is very new, Guild Town. This is going to be very huge. So effectively what they're doing is once your guild's level 5, you can go to your guild town, and it will have the hot spring, the Florence hot spring. It will have its own fishing area and its own explorer as well. I don't know if you'll be able to explore here, or if this is going to be like a Lizard Man kind of thing right there. But it also says that the fishing spot can be used to gather the field events, and you can search for fish types through the explorer. In the future, there'll be more stuff added. They're adding transmog for 5-star Cult Girl and 4-star Mystic Witch. Share skill points is freaking huge, because right now you have to open books specifically on a character. Now it's saying you will get them for all your characters. It's sort of sounding like it's going to count ones you've used already. I really hope so. But if not, hold on to your skill books just in case. Improvements. Combinations. you'll be able to use 3 pieces of equipment, 5-star or higher legendary, to turn into one, and it will be the same type as the main material. So if you put 3 bracelets together, but you select a Foggy Prison as your main, then it will guaranteed be a Foggy Prison piece. Galaxy Stones, Magic Stones, and Effect Stones will do the same as well, in a similar way to existing gems. So right now, gems, the blue, green, and red, you can put 3 at the same level, and it will have a chance to be a higher level afterwards. Now they're making it so the other 3 things can do the same thing. Auto clear. If you've done Essence Dungeon, Path of Growth, or Expedition 10 times, and you're 40% stronger than the actual level, then you can auto clear using an auto clear ticket. They'll be adding a ticket to the daily task, so you can get 1 daily from rewards. They'll be adding some to the Summoner Pass, and it'll be in the next Summoner season. Brawl Arena Pick Ban. This is going to be a big change. Instead of, right now we pick 4, ban 1. We are going to, right now we pick 3, ban 1. We're going to pick 5, and then ban 1, and then pick 3 of the 4 left over. Others, the rank of the most used monster will be displayed on dungeon. After a party dungeon ends, you can go back to the lobby so you can play with the same people. Health bar, debuff bars of party members will be added. You can use that function, so it's recommended to use only on devices with certain performance or higher. A function will be added to re-challenge even if you lose repeat battles. That's going to be very, very huge as well. Let me know how excited you are for the NA changes coming in April. I, myself, am very excited for the Guild Town and the Summoner reworks. A lot of these changes are the same that Korea got, and will probably be the same that Global gets. Till next time, guys.